James. I'm a writer and artist, and I make work about technology. I do things like draw life-size outlines of military drones in cities, streets around the world, so that people can start to think and get their heads around. It's really quite hard to see and hard to think about technologies. I make things like neural networks that predict that results of elections based on weather reports because I'm in, intrigued about what the actual possibilities of these weird new technologies are. Last year I built my own self-driving car, but because I didn't really trust technology, I also designed a trap for it. I do these things mostly because I find them completely fascination. But I also because I think when we talk about technology, we're largely talking about ourselves and and the way that we're largely talking about ourselves and and the way that we understand the world. So here's a story about technology. This is a surprise eggs video. It's basically a video of someone opening up loads of chocolate eggs and showing the toys inside to the viewer. That's it. That's all it does for 7 long minutes. And I want you to notice two things about this. First of all, this video has 30 million views. And the other thing is, it comes from a channel that has 6.3 million subscribers. It has a total of 8 billion views. And it's all just more videos like this. 30 million people watching a guy opening up these eggs. It sounds pretty weird, but if you search for sharp eggs on YouTube, it'll tell you there's 10 million of these videos. And I think that's an undercount. I think there's a way more of these. If you keep searching, they're endless. There's millions and millions of these videos, and increasingly baroque combinations of brands and materials, and there's more and more of them being uploaded every single day. Like this is a strange world, right? But the thing is, it is not adults who are watching these videos. It's kids, small children. These videos are like frack for little kids. There's something about their repetition, the contest, the payment, height of the reveal that completely hooked them in. And little kids watch this video over and over and over again, and they do it for hours and hours and hours. And if you try to take the screen away from them, they will scream and scream and scream. And if if you don't believe me, and I have already seen people in the audience nodding. If you don't believe me, find someone with small children and ask them, uh, and they will know about the surprise egg videos. So this is where we start. It's 28, 18, and someone or lots of people are using the same mechanism that like Facebook and Instagram you're using to get you to keep checking that app, and they are using it in YouTube to hack the brains of very small children in return for advertising revenues. At least I hope that's what they're doing. I hope that's what they doing for it for. Because there's easier ways of making ad revenue on YouTube. You can just make stuff up or steal stuff. So if you search for really popular cartoons like Peppa Pig or Paw Patrol, you'll find there's millions and millions of these online as well. Of course, most of them aren't posted by the original content creators. They come from loads and loads of different random accounts, and it's possible to know who is posting them or what their motives might be. Does that sound kind of familiar? Because it's exactly the same mechanism that happening across most of our digital surfaces, where it's impossible to know where this information is coming from. It's basically fake news for kids, and we're training them from birth to click on the very first link that comes along, regardless of what sources. It doesn't seem like a terribly good idea. Here's another thing that's really big on kids YouTube. This is called the finger family song. They just stay with someone and go in the audience. This is the finger family song. This is the very first one I could find. It's from 2007, and it's only 200,000 views, which is like nothing in this game. But it has this insanely earwormy tone, which I'm not going to play to you because it will sear itself into your brain. And the same way that it's seared itself to mine, and I'm not going to do that to you. But like the surprise eggs, like it's good inside kids' heads, addicted. So within a few years, these finger family videos started appearing everywhere, and you get versions in different language, with popular kids cartoons using food or frankly using whatever kind of animation elements you see him to have lying around. And once again, there are millions and millions and millions of these videos available online in all of these kind of insane combinations. And the more time you start to spend with them, the crazier and crazier you start to feel that you might be. And that's where I kind of latched into and into this. That feeling of deep strangeness and deep lack of understanding of how this thing that constructed that seems to be present around me, because it's most to know where this are coming from, like who's making them. Some of them are pair to be made of teams of professional animator. So some of them are just randomly assembled by software. Some of them are quite wholesome looking young kids in entertainers, and some of them are from people who really clearly shouldn't be around children at all. And once again, this impossibility of finding out who is making this stuff. Like, is this a bot? Is this a person? Is this a troll? What would this mean that we can't tell the difference between these things anymore? And again, doesn't that uncertainty feel kind of familiar right now? So the main why people get views on their videos, and remember views mean money, is that they stuff the titles of these videos with popular terms. So you take like surprising, and then you add Paw Patrol, Easter egg, or whatever these things at all of these words from other popular videos into your title, until you end up with this kind of meaningless mash of language. That doesn't make any sense to humans at all, because of course it's only really tiny kids who are watching your videos, and what your real audience for this stuff software is, is the all algorithms. It's the software that YouTube uses to select which videos are like other videos to make them popular, to make them recommended, and that's why you end up with this kind of completely meaningless match, both of title and of content. But the thing you have to remember, that really are still people within this all all algorithmically optimized system. People who are kind of increasingly forced to act out these increasingly bizarre combinations of words, like disparate improvised artists responding to the combined screams